dinner before I came. Last
That's a
time
good thing.
I had nothing to eat.
How was the meeting?
Good. We knocked them all out. We got all 4 done.
Oh, really?
We were efficient. Yeah. One of them was already included.
Oh, really? I know. Who's with Miss Brady? Right or left?
That's County Executive Brave Boy, Angela Fair, the O&B Director, and Maxine Bardwell, the Chief Admin Officer. ASL, right?
Oh,
Yes, perfect. Do we have? Correct. Good evening, everybody. We're going to get started here in about 30 seconds. If you can find your way to your seat. That's the ASL. Okay, good. Great. I was worried we didn't have anybody. Hey, come on in. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thanks for coming out. We really appreciate you participating in this process. Without further ado, I would like to welcome our Honorable County Executive, Aisha Braveboy.
Good evening, and thank you so much for being with us tonight. This is our second budget listening session. I want to thank our Chief Administrative Officer, Maxine Bardwell, as well as Budget Director, Angela Fair Baker, members of my senior leadership team who are here today, and if you're here, if you can stand. Thank you so much for being here. And most importantly, the residents and community partners of Prince George's County. Your presence matters, your voice matters, and your voice is essential as we prepare for the FY 2027 budget for Prince George's County. I want to take this opportunity tonight to thank you for your continued engagement and partnership. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that as a result of our collective voices, we have made great strides and we are experiencing a lot of wins as a unified county and government. In 2025, overall, crime was down with an amazing over 40% reduction in homicides and an over 56% reduction in carjackings. We've also, yes, that's it, we can clap for that. In addition, we've seen growth in our police department. For the very first time in over a decade, our hiring is outpacing attrition, which means we're actually adding bodies to our police department. And last year now, in 2025, we had the largest recruit class in over a decade. And that's as a result, I think, of the hard work of our current police chief, George Nader, and his entire team, along with our public safety director, Mel Powell. And so about 60% of those who are in the recruit class actually reside in Prince George's County, which means Prince Georgians are choosing to serve our neighbors, and we feel really good about that. Additionally, when it comes to public safety communications or 911, which is a really tough job, most 911 operations experience a lot of vacancies. In Prince George's County, we have 0 vacancies in public safety 911, 0. And in fact, we actually have a wait list. So we know that we're strong when it comes to our public safety agencies. On the education front, I was just with our superintendent, Sean Joseph, yesterday as he was giving the state of the schools. One of the things that I mentioned there was the strong partnership that my administration has with our school system. Last school year, that is, over 4,000 children were non-compliant when it came to having their immunizations. And so unfortunately, as a result, because they were non-compliant, those students could not be counted among county government, among county school students, which cost the county $25 million. When I came into office, we said we were going to address this issue. And we did. We worked with our school system, with our healthcare community, and we were able to go from having over 4,000 non-compliant students to under 30 non-compliant students. That's a big deal. Additionally, when it comes to a teacher vacancy, as you know, our Governor Westmore has done a tremendous job of attracting other professionals who may have gotten a different type of degree into the teaching profession. But Prince George's County outpaced every single other county in the state of Maryland, and we were able to cut our teacher vacancy rate by 52%. 52%. We hired close to 1,000 new teachers in our school system, and what that means for students is having a consistent teacher who's well qualified, knows them, understands them, and who will be there, who will have some consistency. And that's extremely important. We were also able to make, huge cuts in vacancies for our children who have special needs, who really do need to have that one-on-one understanding and relationship with their teachers. So we are really proud of that. And lastly, what I'll talk about, well, two things actually, is, when I ran for office, I kept hearing that 311 doesn't work. And I was bound and determined to change the narrative on that. And so when I visited 311, what I realized is that 311 actually works. And in fact, it works so well that we had 28,000 unresolved complaints. So people were actually able to call or go online and register their complaint. The problem was the response. And so we put together a 311 strike force, and I can tell you that strike force worked really, really hard. And in 45 days, they were able to complete about 8,500 service requests for residents. Those requests that had been long outstanding, some well over a year. In fact, there was one instance of a neighborhood that had to deal with over 800 tires that were in a vacant lot in a neighborhood. So can you imagine coming home every single day and seeing tires dumped next door to you? It was ridiculous. So when we found out about it, we immediately deployed a team to address the issue, to remove those tires, and within a week, those tires were removed. And what that did was the community was able to reposition the property. Now the property is on the market, and there will be a new resident there as opposed to tires. And so we're really excited about the work of Strike Force 311, and we will continue to invest in making sure that our community is beautiful and that we get rid of blight and those issues that impact your quality of life. And lastly, what I'll mention is that I am laser focused on growing our economy through commercial development. We have a number of metro stations that are either undeveloped or underdeveloped. And so those are opportunities for us to grow, not only provide quality housing that people can actually afford, but also amenities such as grocery stores and other commercial uses, restaurants, and stores and things that people really need, so that we're not going outside of our county to get our basic needs met. So I'm really excited about that. But I am also excited that this past Monday I was able to announce that one of the most, and I think it's really the most innovative entertainment experience known as the Sphere is coming to Prince George's County. The only other U.S. location is Las Vegas, and we competed nationally. And I'm so proud of my administration, headed by my economic development team, and our leader of that team is here, Tracy Benjamin. I'm so happy that we were able to compete and we were able to win nationally, because everyone, of course, wants the Sphere located where they are, because it generates a lot of revenues. We believe it'll bring about $1 billion impact once it's up and running to Prince George's County. Thank you. And it will create 2,500 construction jobs and over 4,700 permanent jobs here in Prince George's County. And so that means that our young people who are graphic designers, who are in IT and AI, they have a place where they can display their work, where they can go and earn a living, and they can, again, be the innovators of tomorrow. It also further solidifies Prince George's County as really the tech hub of this region. We have IonQ, which is doing amazing work in quantum computing, cutting-edge work. They're the leaders globally, right? And so Prince George's County, I think, is in a strong position to continue to win. And with your help, we will do so. We have great managers here. My CAO is a certified auditor, so she is someone who's focused on government efficiency and effectiveness, and I have probably the best budget director ever, in Ms. Fair, who's really helping us make smart choices about what we invest in and how we grow our government and cut spending in areas where we think maybe it's not a good investment. And as a result of her fiscal discipline and her advice to us, we have seen our deficit shrink. And so we're not out of the woods, but we're in a much better place than we were a year ago. So I'm very proud of the work that my administration has done. But that work won't really matter to the residents unless their needs are actually met. And the things that they care about are addressed and reflected in the budget that we present. And while we can't do it all, I mean, we'd love to, but we can't, we can probably do more. And we can look at areas where maybe government has overlooked in the past that we need to now focus on for the future. So I appreciate you all being here. I look forward to hearing from you. This is your night. It's our residents' night. And I look forward to not only hearing from you, but hopefully working with many of you to make Prince George's County the best county, not just in this country, but in the world. So thank you very much, and thank you.
Thank you, Madam County Executive. So once more, welcome to the fiscal year 2027 proposed budget listening session. My name is Andrew Pierce. I serve as the Deputy Director for the Office of Management and Budget, and tonight I'm going to be the moderator for this listening session. So before we begin this meeting, I want to cover a few brief housekeeping items to ensure a smooth session. So first, if you've registered to speak, I'll call your name to come down to the podium here. You'll be allocated 3 minutes to make your remarks this evening. Please be sensitive to the chime at the end of the 3 minutes. There's a clock right here in the front that'll make it easy for you to see and help pace yourself. Please note this is being streamed live online and it's also being recorded. For the online viewers, closed captioning is available for anyone who may need the service. Please go to your toolbar at the bottom of your screen and click CC for closed captioning and select Show Subtitle. Spanish language translation services are also available both online and in person here tonight. For the online viewers, if you need Spanish translation, please go to the toolbar at the bottom of your screen and click the interpretation button and choose the Spanish interpretation channel. And if you need it here tonight, please wave and let somebody know and we will accommodate. Please note that this is a listening session. We are here to listen to you so that your input can help shape the upcoming budget. This is not meant to be a public question and answer session, although there are members of the leadership team here tonight that may be able to speak with you or connect you to the right people. And finally, the Office of Management and Budget will continue to accept written comments on the FY 2027 proposed budget. All written comments can be submitted to omb@co.pg.md.us. Okay, so tonight we have 14 speakers registered. I'm going to call up names 3 at a time. If you hear your name, please get prepared to give your comment, and you can come on down when I call your name. And again, please remember to limit your remarks to 3 minutes and conclude your remarks once you hear the tone. And so with that, first 3 names on the list. We have Michael Wigglesworth, Jacqueline Tyson, and Peter Gray. Are you Peter Gray? Peter Gray. Come on up. This is Peter Gray. Can we start the timer once you're ready?
Good evening. My name is Peter Gray, and I'm here on behalf of the hundreds of members and thousands of supporters that the Washington Area Bicyclist Association has in Prince George's County. WABA envisions a just and sustainable transportation system where walking, biking, and accessing transit are the best ways to get around the county. We appreciate the attention and resources that the county has put into a diversity of initiatives, the Bike and Pedestrian Network Plan, work on the Blue Line Corridor, Central Avenue Connector Trail, Walkable Urban Streets Act, bike share expansion, Safe Streets for All, and complete green streets projects. We call on the county to continue to dedicate funding to help keep our neighbors safe, especially for the most vulnerable road users who walk, bike, and take transit along. The county launched Vision Zero Prince George's, quote, to make our streets safe for everyone by 2040, eliminating all traffic fatalities and serious injuries while increasing safe, healthy, equitable mobility for all people who walk, bike, drive, and use transit. However, Prince George's County has experienced 93 road deaths in 2024, including 26 pedestrians and 2 bicyclists, the highest of any county in the state of Maryland. This is a similar number to the crash deaths in 2025. And again, we've seen far too many preventable tragedies. We must focus county efforts on implementing a safe streets approach by designing and managing road infrastructure to keep the risk of human mistakes low while improving the other aspects of the approach. For FY27 capital budget, please maintain project spending and maximize the county's investment in infrastructure that keeps vulnerable road users safe, such as sidewalks, pedestrian crossing improvements, separated bike lanes, and multi-use trails to expand the county's pedestrian network and encourage walking, bicycling, and transit use. We also encourage an expansion of bike share with a focus on geographic equity to expand access to the central and southern areas of the county. I have a lot more to say in my written comments, but I really appreciate your listening to us, and we really want you to encourage the agencies, DPW&T, Prince George's Parks, to do more to keep people walking and biking safe in the county. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll do one more call for Michael Wigglesworth or Jacqueline Tyson. And if not, the next 3 names on the list are Tarun Singh, Marcia DeBolt, and Grant Walker.
How you doing?
Doing good. Are you
Marcia DeBolt.
This is Marcia DeBolt.
Hello, everyone. Can I say one thing before we really get started? Prince George's County strong. Yeah, right, people? Come on. Represent. There we go. We got new leadership. We got fresh eyes. We got an exciting team. And I'm here to help you get on the right path with animal services. All right. Seriously, we have, I pulled the call list on animal services, and annually we get 54,000 calls per year. Daily, that's the daily average of 148 per day. Calls with coverage, that means the 27% that the county is covering of the operation hours is 14,580 calls per year. Approximately 40 calls a day are the calls that we can help. The rest of the calls, the 108 calls per day are dropped and they can't do anything about because they only operate on 27% of the day. Of the hours that they are allotted. So that's the first thing I would like to point out. The second thing is that Animal control need officers, and we need a special dedicated officer to help with these abuse cases. There are serious abuse cases in the county. We deal, as rescue, we see a lot of things that happen in the county, of the most sensitive of things. Like, we recently had a person put in jail for child, you can fill it in the way, you know, pictures, and doing things with inappropriate things. And Animal Services couldn't catch that, but it just so happened a neighbor didn't realize something didn't click. So they were able to call the police and had that taken care of. But what really needs to happen is we need to have these calls answered, because a lot of them are of animal abuse. A lot of them need to be sensitively handled, and we need to make sure that the county Animal Services is fully funded so we can meet the needs of the people. So they need to be funded 100% because of the hours that they have. 73% of the hours are not funded, and they're not getting, the people of the county are not getting the services they need when it comes to animals. Also, we need to make sure that these people who are committing these crimes are put in the National Incident-Based Reporting System. That's the FBI Act, where anybody that do animal abuse and is found guilty, they are put into this data system, and they are flagged. A lot of these people, animal rescues know, work for the government. There are doctors. We have a minister and his wife poison cats. We have a lot going on the dark side of Prince George's County that Animal Services really need to be funded. And I'm gonna end it with that, but one more thing, I would like for you also to fund TNR, that's Trap, Neuter, Return. That solves a lot of these animal abuse cases, because if the animal is not born, you don't have that problem. Okay, well, that's me. Also, I have your package again. I have a different package with all the references and exploring what I just said. So, like I said, a new day in Prince George's County. We're going to make sure it happens, right? Right, everyone? Oh, come on, right?
With your help, Marsha, with your help.
Okay, all right.
With your help. And so, Kevin, if you can follow up with Marsha, connect. I have some ideas, actually, now that I've heard her for a second time. Now, I'm just joking with you, but no, but I'm grateful to you and your advocacy. So thank you.
All right, next up we have Mr. Grant Walker.
Good evening, Madam County Executive, Ms. Fair, Ms. Bardwell. Thank you for allowing me to speak. My name is Grant Walker. I'm the president of the Prince George's County Professional Firefighters and Paramedics Association, IFF Local 1619. I have the proud honor of representing the roughly 1,800 active and retired members of the Prince George's County Fire and EMS Career Service. Prince George's County is home to the 13th busiest fire department in the nation. We are busier than cities like San Francisco. We trailed shortly behind DC and Baltimore as one of the busiest metropolitan fire departments in the country. One of the main differences between those fire departments and us is that we only staff firehouses and not apparatus. The reality is that in Prince George's County, we can only guarantee that a fire truck with 3 personnel shows up in 8 minutes, nearly double the national standard. Now, I'm thankful to have a new county administration that seems to have a huge commitment to public safety. Prince George's County has suffered through short staffing of its fire department, causing mandatory overtime hours to go in the thousands and in the 20,000 and 30,000. Our own governor even spoke at the IFF's legislative convention to address this critical issue in Prince George's County. And one of the biggest things that's facing Prince George's County when it comes to attracting new talent to upstaff additional units and additional firehouses to cut down on response time so that when someone calls 911, they get a fire truck in an efficient and effective manner, is our starting salary and pay compression that's been caused by previous administrations. We have junior members of our fire department making more than some of our most senior members. And in fact, in the back of the room, there's a number of people that work for the Prince George's County Fire and EMS Department that are directly impacted by this problem. When you pay junior members more than our senior members that raised their hand during things like COVID, they didn't say no, they said yes. We called them to serve, and every single day they show up, no matter snowstorm, no matter ice storm, no matter global pandemic. Our individuals serve the citizens and residents of Prince George's County faithfully. And we have an obligation to pay them in an effective way so that once we've trained them, they stay here in Prince George's County. We don't need to lose our personnel to neighboring jurisdictions. That exacerbates an already critical staffing shortage. And so I ask, when you propose your budget to Prince George's County, you fund the fire department respective of how busy we are. We only run 2 calls less an hour than DC, and they are the hub of American democracy. We have one of the most diverse workforces in the country. We have one of the most diverse communities in the country. We need to give the residents of Prince George's County the fire department they deserve. We ask for your support. I appreciate your support. Thank you for allowing me to speak this evening.
Thank you so much. And first, let me thank you and the members who are here. Can you all stand, please, those who are here? Thank you. We appreciate you. I'm going to stand for you. We appreciate your work, we appreciate your sacrifice, and we'd love to sit down with you to just hear a little bit more about, especially the pay disparities. Those are of great concern for us, because fairness just matters, right? So I know that our public safety director is here. Hopefully you guys can connect.
Yes, ma'am.
And then get a meeting scheduled on our calendar. Myself, the CAO, our budget director, our finance director will come, sit down and hear you out, because it is important that we hear from the members or those who represent the members of our fire department. And I am very committed to seeing how we can work together to make things better. Thank you.
Madam County Executive.
All right, one last call for Tarun Singh. And if not, the next 3 names on the list are Teresa Cullen, okay, great, Mrs. Harris, and James Wilson Jr. I'll put it up to you. You're Teresa Cullen?
I am, yes.
This is Teresa Cullen.
Hi, good evening, County Executive Braveboy and staff members. Thank you so much for the opportunity to speak tonight and for your leadership. My name is Teresa Cullen. I'm with the Alice Ferguson Foundation. I'm the Executive Director, Hard Bargain Farm, based in Accokeek, but I'm up here. I'm from this neck of the woods. I went to High Point High School, just a little shout out here. For 73 years, our organization has partnered with Prince George's County to ensure that students, educators, and families can learn, grow, and thrive outdoors. We're only 6 miles from National Harbor in this new sphere, but we're back in Piscataway National Park, 5,000 beautiful acres in Prince George's County National Park. And we have the only living building, the most sustainable building in the entire state of Maryland. So I invite you and your team to please come have a retreat with us. For generations, students from the county have come to our campus for single-day and multi-day overnights. We work with the Schmidt Center. Tonight, actually, we're with the Schmidt Center at another event where we're receiving an award. Our programs sometimes are the first experiences children may have in nature, safely being outdoors, away from home, science-based education outdoors. Last year, we served over 2,000 Prince George's County students for the overnight programs. 30 county teachers came to us for a week of professional development courses, and over 200 county youth experienced our summer camp programs, which is both day and overnight, offering swimming and basketball and kayaking right there on the Piscataway National Park, right on the Potomac River. For those of you in this audience who haven't been there, I encourage you to come down and visit us. Over the past 2 years, we have significant loss from federal funding. Our signature program, Bridging the Water program, which was specifically for middle and high school students and their teachers with offering professional development as well, has been cut. We do not see the federal funding coming back. We are hopeful for a charge award from the county to help us continue offering these programs. We have found some alternative funding, but it's not enough. We're turning teachers away for those day programs, meeting them in Greenbelt and Anacostia and Kenilworth Parks along our NACE corridor of the national parks. We also are part of the cleanups. You talked about the tires. We get those dumpsters for people with the tires. We've been working with the stormwater grant, which is now being cut off with Chesapeake Bay Trust. That was $40,000 a year. We were specifically working with communities on education outreach, cleanups, Fort Washington, Accokeek. One of the biggest problems in the county, as you know, is illegal dumping. Composting is something this county does as well, and we do a lot of education around that. You're one of the only counties right now that's doing composting as you are, and we want to keep that up and continue the education not only for community members, but for the students who come to us. So I thank you for your time and your leadership. We hope that we can receive a charge award for fiscal year 2027 and work with your leadership to make that happen. Again, I invite you to come down to Accokeek, spend some time with us.
Thank you, and I'm very familiar with your work.
Thank you.
And I'd love to come down. I'll ask my Deputy Chief Administrative Officer, Kevin Stephen, to follow up with you so that we can get a time to come down.
Okay.
So thank you
Love to
very
have you.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And as a point of personal privilege, I just want to thank and welcome our Vice Chair of our County Council, Eric Olson. Vice Chair Olson, if you want to come up and say a few words, we'd love to hear from you. You sure? Well, come on up. Okay, you're going to go there. Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam County Executive. You did. That's okay. We're all a team. We are all a team. And we are Team Prince George's. And the County Council looks forward to receiving the budget from you. And I thought I was in the neighborhood, thought I'd drop in and hear some of the comments. And thank you for being here. Yes.
Thank you to our Vice Chair. Thank you.
Okay, we'll do one more call for Mrs. Harris or James Williams Jr. And if not, the next three names on the list are Jamie Tolson, Ronald Monroe, and Nikki Cochran. This is Nikki Cochran.
Thank you all so much for allowing us to come and speak with you today. My name is Nikki Cochran, and I am with A Cat's Life Rescue. We are a rescue based solely in Prince George's County. We began about 5 years ago when I saw the need for assistance after working at HRA in DC. The kill rate at Prince George's County Shelter was the highest in the DMV, and the top contributor for that for cats was the outdoor cat population. So it was a passion of ours to begin and to help the shelter continue to reduce their kill rate. So what we primarily do is focus on cats that live outside and are considered feral in nature, unadoptable. We trap, we neuter, we spay them, we return them. We take the kittens in for adoption. In our 5 years of existence, we've adopted out approximately 1,500 cats. We've also spayed, returned, and neutered 3,000 cats. And in our entirety of the 5 years, we have seen massive changes at the county shelter, and all for the good. They have opened up communication with the rescues. They work with the community. The engagement is much higher than we've ever seen it. And that's been really wonderful for us as a rescue to be a part of that growth and change. But there is definitely still more that we need to do out here in the streets for the cats. if you probably aren't aware of outdoor cats, it's because they usually get the short end of the stick. I mean, we all love a video of a cute puppy. It makes us smile and laugh, but videos and photos of sickly outdoor cats don't tend to make the news. So we are trying to stand up and say, you've done a lot. You've helped the pit bulls of the county. We thank you for that. And now we would also like to focus on a much well-deserved part of the population. So we would like to ask that you make it a priority in 2026 to fund a community cat program position at the county shelter. The shelter in 2024 alone took in 1,900 cats. 600 of those did not make it out alive. A community cat program manager can greatly increase those positive outcomes and reduce the negatives. They usually can work closely with animal control, so you can reduce the number of calls for help. As my co-partner here, Marcia, mentioned, there's an extensive number of calls for help. We know that. We know the ACOs are overwhelmed. We know their dispatch is overwhelmed. Community Cat Program Manager can help reduce those. They also can specifically target communities that have the highest number of intakes of cats, and usually is also going to be your lowest resident incomes. So you're helping your lowest income residents and also helping your most disadvantaged animals in the county. In 2025, we have a group of 8 rescues that meet together. 2 of the 8 rescues expressed concern about their future, saying they might have to reduce or cease services altogether. So if those rescues were to cease to exist, you're going to see another increase in number of cats coming into your shelter. So we would like to reduce the strain that the rescues are taking on. And I know that for a fact, if we were able to have that program, it would greatly help. So thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Nikki, first of all, for your compassion. And as a dog mom, I understand that our furry friends, they're cute, but they're also, in so many ways, they are humans in so many ways too. They hurt like we do. They have needs like we do. They need shelter. They need food. They need love. They need care. So thank you, Ann Marcia, for speaking for them. Really, a voice for those who are truly voiceless. And we will work with both of you. Mr. Stephen oversees the Department of Environment, which has the responsibility for our shelter. And I think there's some ways that we can maybe work to be creative to support our animals here in Prince George's County. So we will meet. He will organize a meeting so that we can kind of talk about what makes sense to put in the budget this year. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Right, I'll do one last call for Jamie Tolson. And if not, also Ronald Monroe. And then the last 3 names on the list I have are Ricardo Summers, Vinny De Oliveira, and Simone Smith. This is Vinny De Oliveira.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hello, Madam County Executive. Hello, hello, team. Hello, my name is Vinny De Oliveira. I've been a resident with Prince George's County for over 30 years. 3 beautiful children have been brought up through Prince George's County schools, and I'm now a brand new grandfather. Yeah, give it up. Baby Alice. Yes, 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 yes. Fact, Prince George County has a rated F rating for air quality. Rated F. My mama has lupus. I didn't even know what a lupus was until I Googled it. And that's because of the bad air quality. So because of the asthma, the health with the heart condition, what I'm saying is, why am I sharing this with you? I also have a business that's been in good standings. XTT Life is a certified Prince George County-based business. XTT Life. Yes, ma'am. And we are a certified Prince George County-based business, and we've done pilot programs. And I need to acknowledge the folks here, the fire department folks over here. My house caught fire about 7 years ago, and it made the NBC News, and it caught the attention from the folks at DGS. And what I didn't realize was that we did a pilot program at MTA, and they were calling me back because they thought that I was working there, and it allowed me to present the case studies. And our data shows that not only do we reduce by up to 40% of the greenhouse gases, but more importantly, we're able to reduce the cost of fuel by up to 10%. Now, what I realized is that I'm disrupting a multi-billion-dollar industry, which is the fuel industry. Now, I'm a fan of the Blacklist and SVU, and I see a lot of those shows, and I realized that I have a small business, and I disrupted that, and I needed to take a step back. And what I've done was I leveraged that data, and I've gone to Dallas, Kansas City, Oregon, the Caribbean, South America with the data, and now I'm exporting this stuff internationally. And I realized that I was talking to the wrong people. Now, there's people that want to use our solution, but I'm coming to you to introduce this to you to let you know that we have the data, and I would love to speak to whoever to share this data, and I would love to do a pilot program in the county that I reside in, because under your watch, the sphere that's coming over here, the different pieces of equipment that's used to rebuild our community, the buses that are used to that's going to be taking my grandson to and from school, 2,000 pounds of greenhouse gases gets dispersed a day by a single bus. Now, I didn't realize that until I got into this world, because I had bad allergies, and my nickname is Caribbean Vinny, and I would leave here during the allergy season, but I realized that, man, it's because of the bad air quality. But what we're saying is that there's a solution right now for liquid fossil fuel. So I understand there's a transition coming for our electric powered vehicles and alternative fuel, but just to let you know, there's a Prince George County-based business that has a solution right now. Thank you very much for allowing me to speak.
Well, thank you, and stay right there, because I want Kevin Stephen to connect with you on those issues. And yes, I mean, Prince George's County is doing a wonderful job of moving towards electric vehicles, and so we are supporting more charging stations, but there's still a lot of work to be done, and we need our residents to be a part of the solution. So thank you for stepping up, and we will be reaching out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Blessings to you. Who did you tell me to speak to? Point them out? Okay.
I'm looking forward to talking to everybody. I'll be right back.
All right, we'll do one last call here for Ricardo Summers or Simone Smith. Come on down. Are you Ricardo? This is Ricardo Summers.
Good evening, County Council. My name is Ricardo Summers. I'm currently at Station 806 of the Prince George's County Fire and EMS Department, and I'm also a county resident, as is my wife and my parents, and I am a second-generation firefighter. My dad retired from the fire department about 10 years ago, so I always knew that serving in Prince George's County was something that I was going to do. If it wasn't the fire department, it'd be in some other capacity to serve in Prince George's County. And I'm here to talk about the pay compression issue that we're currently experiencing. So in the fire department, experience matters. The senior firefighters are the backbone of the fire department. And we have more senior members that are training members that make more than them. And that is very demoralizing to crew integrity and our camaraderie, and it's something that needs to be addressed sooner than later, especially since our promotions are percentage-based. So when these younger hirees when they promote, the disparity becomes even greater. And I think Grant Walker did a great job of saying everything that needed to be said. So that's all I have to say for tonight, and thank you for listening.
Thank you. First of all, thank you, and also thank your father for his service as well. And this is, I think, an important issue. It's really based in equity and fairness. So we look forward to meeting with the leadership of the Firefighters Association to really understand how we got here and figure out how we get out of this. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and lastly, we have Simone Smith.
Hello, everyone. So I have been studying criminal and social justice for a little over the past 10 years, and I've also lived in the county my entire life, and that is just a little context to give you all some background on where my perspective is coming from. So I plan to touch on, as quickly as possible, an overarching compass of things, and that includes my alarm, but that includes me going over, for one, our emergency services. Again, thank you to all the firefighters and every other emergency personnel here. However, I did come to state that multiple times I have seen emergency situations come up where a fire truck is not needed at all, and there will be 1 up to 3 on the scene. I have also, unfortunately, heard about a car on fire not far from my house and no fire truck. And I saw people calling, have no idea what was going on, of course, but the help did not come within the 40 minutes that we were there. And however we can bridge that gap, I would like to have us work on doing that. And that also includes when police are called and they come to the scene. There are some instances, which are of course up for debate, where a few cars coming out as opposed to multiple cars, like 8 cars. I just feel like we need to make sure that we're looking fully into the appropriate amount of support coming to these scenes. So outside of that, that also leads me to healthcare. So healthcare, amongst anything else we would need to help our lives go forward. I saw with the government shutdown how people missing a paycheck or two can really uproot your whole life. And it got me thinking about how, okay, maybe your copay, is fine on an average day, but if there could be some health options for, one, when people don't have insurance, some type of more free resources. I see them here and there, but I do feel like we can grow. And that also could be further expanded upon our mental health crisis that we still are dealing with in the county. I see a lot of people looking for help, and I feel like if there is help, we're not doing the best at putting it out there so people know where to go and look for the things that they need. Another thing I wanted to point on is our school system. So I've seen some beautiful changes at plenty of our schools in the county. However, I wanted to point out what I feel a very exemplary model is, which is at my elementary school. So at Fort Washington Forest Elementary, everything looks just how it did when I was still going there. And when I went there, the nostalgia is amazing, healing. However, they have built an entire rec center onto the back of the school, and I thought that that was an amazing idea of how to expand, but to not always be so quick to put aside what was still running and being maintained well. So thank you guys for having me and all you guys put into the county. That'll be all for me. Thank you.
Okay, so the last speaker has concluded, and this ends the fiscal year 2027 proposed budget listening session. We thank all the residents who participated this evening and those watching on the live stream. But before we leave, definitely want to give the last word to Madam County Executive Brave Boy.
Well, again, thank you all so much for coming out this evening. This is really important. I think some issues were raised tonight that we definitely want to follow up on. If I could have my leaders stand so I can introduce you all, and if there are residents here who might have questions that did not get answered, or you didn't want to ask your question, there are folks in the room who can answer them for you. Again, let me just point out the Chief Administrative Officer is Maxine Bardwell. The Budget Director is Angela Fair. Also with us is the if you can come up so they can see you, the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer for Health and Human Services. So all of our social service, family service, homelessness issues, issues dealing with our seniors and individuals with disabilities, mental health, education. we call him the People's Cluster. So those issues focusing on people, he handles. So if you want to talk to him, he's here. Also, our Public Safety Director is Mel Powell. He oversees fire, police, Homeland Security, and I'm missing one, right? Emergency Management, which is under Homeland Security. Yep. And then Tracy Benjamin, who's our DCAO for Economic Development. So she's responsible for executing our economic development strategy for the county. She's doing a phenomenal job. Also, the Chief of Staff, Latara Harris, is here. She oversees communications and all of our external government relations, things like that. In addition, I have a DCAO, if you can come up here, Kevin Stephen, who again, everything infrastructure, technology, our animal shelter, environment. He's responsible for making sure that we can get through the snow, okay, so. So he's doing a tremendous job, and I'm gonna tell you, I think we're gonna be in good hands, even though we are expecting some inclement weather over the weekend. Our Director of Finance, Ms. Allen, is also with us today. So she's the lady who you pay your taxes to. Chris Osuji. Chris Osuji is our DCAO for government service, government operations, sorry. So human resources, procurement. So if you have a small business, if you're looking for government opportunities, he is the guy who oversees those things, as well as our Board of License Inspectors, which inspect all of our establishments that have alcohol beverage licenses. I'm trying to see everyone. If y'all can come closer because it's hard to see from here. Okay, so I see Dawid Abraham, who's the Director of the Department of Permits and Inspections. So Dawid handles all the permitting for the county. Our Deputy Chief Administrative, our Deputy Chief of Staff for Internal Governmental Operations is Devin Martin. And Devin, your job, I mean, is to do everything that I need done. But he also was the architect of setting up our Strike Force 311. So the work that we have been able to do to clean up our streets is a direct result of his efforts. So we appreciate you. The Director of Human Resources is here, Stephanie Bridgeforth. So if there's, if people are looking for opportunities for employment, they are here. Oh, we have our Director of Transportation, who is also here, Mr. Johnson. Thank you so much for being here. Both him and Kevin will be hard at work, I think, with probably Deepai as well, making sure that we execute a seamless operation, a seamless snow operation. That is the goal. That is what my father told them that they must do. Also, our Fire Chief, Thelmitra Michaelides, is here. Madam Fire Chief, it's great to see you. Our Deputy Chief of Staff for Public Engagement, Shaka Khan Reed, is here. So if you are a senior, this is the lady to talk to. We have a lot of programs for seniors, for returning citizens, for our multicultural community, for education outreach, so many different things that we do under her leadership. So did I get everyone? I got everybody? Okay, great, great. Did I, what is it? Oh, you were supposed to stand up. Mr. Hawkins, Calvin Hawkins recently joined our team. He's working with our economic development team, and his job is to do so many things, but one of them is to make sure that projects that are important to us don't get stuck in the bureaucracy of government, because timing is everything, and we want to move projects through timely. And Oh, Amber, where's Essie? They didn't stand up. They were supposed to stand up and come up. Okay, Amber Hendricks also works with our economic development team. And again, they are committed to elevating economic development in Prince George's County. I won't mention the establishments that we see too many of, but what I will tell you is that under my leadership, we're going to be looking to diversify our commercial development so that we get the type of investment here that you all deserve. Yes, you got something for me? Oh, Pastor Watley's in the back. Thank you so much, Pastor Watley. If you can come forward, we want to say thank you for allowing us to be in your home. Yes. Jose? Okay, you're hiding over there, sorry. So our Human Rights Director, we care about people here in our community. We know that there are a lot of individuals who came to this country because they wanted to pursue the American dream. And what we know, what we believe is that everyone is entitled to pursue that dream. And so we have a human rights director who understands that. And so we appreciate his service to our county and to ensure that every resident, regardless of whether or not they're documented or undocumented, understands that this government wants to protect them and support them. And so, and Chief Assistant Chief Harris is here also from the fire department. So again, next time when I call people, ask you to stand up and come forward, hopefully y'all will do that. No, I'm just joking. I don't have my glasses, so this is a struggle for me. But Pastor, we want to thank you. Our government, in so many ways, wouldn't be as strong as we are without your partnership. I can tell you that here at this church, they serve thousands weekly. Thousands weekly. And in fact, they have an extraordinary pantry, which I want him to talk about. Well, really a market. I shouldn't even say a market that's really innovative, and it gives people an opportunity to shop with dignity. Shop with dignity. And so we are really excited. Again, we look forward to continuing this partnership. And Pastor, we want to hear from you.
Thank you so much, Madam County Executive, and certainly always happy to have you in the House. And you brought the whole crew with you. You roll deep, you roll heavy. And I think that is emblematic of your commitment to not simply be performative, but to provide process and access to personnel that actually make a difference. And so glad to have you all here. We are a long-term committed partner to the struggle of continuing to care for all persons in this community, no matter their status. I'm looking forward to what shall transpire. These are difficult times, but God is still able. And so please excuse the trifluidity of my lateness. I was actually getting eyeglasses with my daughter because that's the season of life I'm in. And so I thought it would start at 7 instead of 6. But so glad to have you all here, and looking forward to working with you all hand in glove. Bless you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And for everyone, have a wonderful evening. We will be here. If you need to connect with someone who's up here, please do. And again, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you.
Yeah, that was good.
Hi. Yes.